Channel message.
The most expensive decision you can make after betrayal is letting the person who hurt you decide how far you will go. Some people will push you towards a version of yourself they can later use against you. They will lie, provoke, humiliate, manipulate, deny. They will bait you, disappear, return, and just keep applying pressure until retaliation starts to feel like justice. That is the moment you have to protect your future the hardest. It is not pretending you are not angry. It's not forcing yourself to be sweet after somebody has lied to you, lied on you, used you, humiliated you, pushed you into a place you barely even recognized, and then stood back waiting to see what they could pull out of you. Real control is feeling every ugly possibility rise inside of you and refuse to hand it the keys. Some people will hurt you so deeply that your mind starts building scenes, true crime type scenes. You understand? Your body fills with heat. Every part of you wants them to feel one fraction of what they made you carry. Now, that feeling doesn't make you evil. It means something in you knows a line was crossed. Anger has a purpose. It exposes the violation. It shows you where you abandon yourself trying to keep the peace with somebody committed to disturbing it. It tells you what you can no longer tolerate. It gives you the force required to leave places you once kept trying to survive. Anger can become an exit strategy. It becomes dangerous when it becomes your driver. One reckless decision can turn a person's abuse into a footnote and make your reaction the entire story. They may have manipulated you, lied to you, baited you, betrayed you, smeared your name, drained your resources, violated your boundaries, or tried to break your sense of reality. Yet, the moment you go too far, the conversation shifts. Nobody is studying the years of pressure anymore. Nobody is asking what they did behind closed doors. Nobody is tracing the pattern. Now the room is centered on what you did next. Now your future is tied to a police report, a court date, a hospital room, a permanent record, or a moment of rage that cannot be taken back. And while you are living with the consequences of that one decision, they may be remembered by people who never met the version of them you survived. People may cry over them. People may call them misunderstood. They may talk about their good moments, their smile, their childhood, their potential, their pain, and the version of them that was polished enough to show in public. Meanwhile, the person who survived the private cruelty becomes the person everybody blames for the ending. Do not let a monster receive a saint's memory at the cost of your freedom. Do not give somebody who terrorized your life a clean obituary paid with your future. That is not justice. That is handing somebody who already harmed you the power to ruin more of your life. The day a person proves they can hurt you without a conscience is not an invitation to show them how far you can go. It is your exit sign, right? That is where people lose themselves. They stay too long trying to get the last word, trying to force the confession, trying to make the person who harmed them finally admit what they already know they did, right? Trying to make somebody who avoids consequences suddenly develop a conscience. That waiting is dangerous. That waiting is pointless. A coward does not want accountability. A coward wants relief from accountability. They want the conversation redirected. They want the facts blurred. They want your pain loud enough to become the main event. They want your anger to take over so completely that nobody has time to study the pattern that led you there. You understand? They mistreat you in private, then wait for you to explode in public. They create the wound and then act shocked by the blood. They push your nervous system towards the edge, then point at your distress as proof that you're always a problem. They know what they did to produce the reaction. This is called reactionary abuse, right? They are simply counting on everyone else not knowing. Do not help them hide. Do not let your retaliation give them a cleaner story than they deserve. Your healing energy is not an excuse to accept and allow abuse. Do you understand? Your healing energy is not an excuse to accept and allow abuse. Your self-awareness is not permission for somebody else to keep violating your boundaries. Your ability to understand their wounds does not require you to become the place where they unload the consequences of refusing to heal. A person can be hurt and still be harmful. A person can have trauma and still weaponize. A person can cry, apologize, collapse, and sound completely and utterly devastated while still avoiding the truth of what they actually fucking did. Their pain does not cancel yours, right? Their difficult life does not become a license to make yours harder. You can understand why someone is the way they are and still decide they cannot be near you anymore. You can know they are wounded and still recognize that they have a habit of wounding others. You can want them to face consequences without volunteering to destroy your own life delivering them. Let them sit with the version of themselves they created. Let their lies require maintenance. Let their contradictions pile up. Let their cruelty become visible without your interference. People who survive by controlling the narrative eventually reveal how unstable they become when access is removed. You do not need to become destructive in order for someone else's destruction to be recognized. Your absence changes the equation. Your restraint protects the record. Your silence can keep their mask from being replaced with yours. Keep a leash on your dark side. Do not deny it. Do not pretend it's not there. Let it walk you out. Let it show you where the line is. Let it guard the door after you leave, right? Let it remind you that you are capable of going too far, which means you have to become disciplined enough not to. That is shadow integration. It is not acting like the thought never crossed your mind. It's not pretending you are above rage. It's not pretending you are all love and light. It's not performing forgiveness while somebody is still trying to hurt you. They're after you. They're haunting you. It is knowing that pain can make destruction feel reasonable. Then deciding that your future is worth more than temporary relief of revenge. That kind of restraint is not a weakness. It is not passivity. It is not letting them get away with it. It is refusing to become the weapon they can point to when the truth starts closing in. Some people deserve consequences. They do not deserve the power to turn your pain into their protection. Do not let them be remembered as the good person simply because they finally pushed you into a reaction loud enough to distract from their pattern. That is a trap. That is a swap. That is a destiny swap. They provoke chaos, then hide behind the wreckage. They damage you, then study your response for anything they can use. They keep their cruelty quiet and hope your pain makes noise. Do not give them that gift. Take all of that heat and use it differently. Use it to get free. Use it to get your money right. Use it to document what happened. Use it to protect your home, your children, your peace, your name, your body, your next chapter. Use it to build a life they cannot reach through the same door they once used to access you. That is not bottling up anger. That is converting it. That is taking rage that could have ruined you and turn it into movement, discipline, strategy, protection, and departure. That is letting the darkness become a power source instead of a crime scene. Justice may not arrive on the day you want it. It may not arrive with witnesses, a pause, a public apology, or a neat ending that makes everybody understand what you survived. It may not come like that. Still, When the truth eventually surfaces, you will not have to fear what your own rage added to the record. You will know you did not become the danger. You did not interrupt the consequences by making yourself the headline. You did not hand a coward the reaction they needed to escape accountability. You did not give their lies a place to hide. You left the scene with your future intact. When the roosters come home to crow, let them find you removed. Let them find you free. Let them find you with your same clean name, your future open, your roads open, your life still belonging to you. Their mask will crack without your hands on it. Their story will rot without your rage feeding it. Their name will answer for itself without you sacrificing yours to force the ending. Do not give them a saint's funeral and a prison sentence with your name on it. Let the monster be revealed. Do not become the distraction that saves them. Do you understand?
End of message.